happy holidays. However, you choose to celebrate you, really, in many ways. It's time for some reflection, connecting with family, having some good food, maybe, or maybe you're hanging out by yourself right now and you've been going inward more. This message is for those who aren't with family or are struggling with family. It's an interesting time of year, especially as we're bridging between these two worlds, so to speak. And so I just wanted to send a lot of love out. And thank you, Carolyn, you too. Yeah. Yeah. I like it. Blessings, blissipline. So no matter how you celebrate or if you don't celebrate at all, just want to jump on here for a few minutes to say hello and send out some love for those that need it. Maybe you've just been through a breakup. There's so many things that happen at this time of year as we go into another season, per se. So I'm just here to send out some love today. And if you have any questions or you want to comment, please go ahead. If you need some specific healing, I am here. My energy is nice and high. I did a little yoga and then qigong, and then I got these rollers for Christmas, including I'm going to butcher it, gishai. I think it's a gishai, that metal tool that you use. And then the pen, so you can get like really in on specific points. So stay tuned for that as I go from seeing an acupressurist to actually embodying it myself, because I want to be able to do this at any time so that I'm always managing my own energy. And so really that's the most important thing you can do, is manage yourself. I'm hearing lots of not able to control others through the holidays. Somebody else's reaction is none of our business. And when we put expectations on others, it can always be so very disappointing. Or expectations on events, right? So I'm here in lovely Whistler. Hi, Patty. Merry Christmas. Yeah. As I'm up in Whistler. This is here's a beautiful way how Powell painting over the years has connected me with amazing souls that become friends, whether it's for a season or longer. This one in particular, I met on Savory 12 years ago now through another friend, and we've been their painter on call, so to speak, what they need for Whistler, Savory, and Vancouver. And so it's quite beautiful to be able to know that Robin was here alone for the season. And I said, I know my kid would love to be in the snow. And we decided that, are you coming to say hi? Hold on, we have a little friend. That we would love to be in the snow. This is Beatty. This is my mom's little dog. So we brought the family up. There she is. Say hi, love. Yeah, is Jay taking you for a walk? Yeah. Oh, you go. Nice hat. So we have this opportunity to come up here. And so I bring the food. We brought friends. In other words, Norma's here, my mom's dog's here, my mom's here, family, and Robin's here. And so he didn't have to worry about doing anything. He just got to be able to be, because he is working through the holidays, except for today. He's gone down to Vancouver to spend it with family. So we had turkey dinner last night. And the more I do this, I only care about the turkey soup. I'm just going to be honest. Everybody knows it. I only make a turkey so I can have turkey soup. That's my favorite thing to have. But in coming up here, we have this blessing, and you can see outside the window, it's snowing. And so it just really gives you a shift in perspective. And so whether you're, in the snow or not, it doesn't matter. It's more about what makes you feel good. What makes you feel good? What can you do to bring yourself a little joy this season? Because joy is your birthright, and only you get to choose how to control it. Yeah, it's your choice. So do you go down the, oh, woe is me? Or do you go, oh, what a beautiful opportunity for me to do exactly what I want, to play the way I want to play? to show up the way I want to show up. Yeah. And I have a funny little story because my daughter is very much still into the tree. And I said last year, this is our last Christmas tree. And I don't, this, it's too much energy. It's like expending trying to get the tree set up and all the decor. I'm like, no, I just don't want to do it. And so coming up here, we had kind of thought, well, Robin will get a tree. But he didn't get a tree. He didn't do anything because he's been having a bit of a hard time energetically. And so we took it as an opportunity. As Jade and I, we share a room upstairs in a king bed. And then the night before, I think it was was the first night we came in, which was the 23rd, 22nd, somewhere in there. Anyways, we're lying in bed and we're chatting about this. And Jade's like, thank you for everything you do, Mom. She's giving me a lot of gratitude. And we're talking about what we're grateful for and how we have this opportunity to come up here and how wonderful that is. Because, the hotels are ridiculous up here if anybody's come up to Whistler recently. And I wouldn't have done that anyway, but it's a matter of hanging out with friends. And so we're lying in bed and she's talking about, yeah, I know we don't have a tree, but it'd be nice to have a tree. And all of a sudden I'm like, I can smell a Christmas tree. She's like, what? I don't smell a Christmas tree. I'm like, I smell a Christmas tree. And so it goes on a little further. And I'm like, no, I really smell a Christmas tree. So I'm like, wow, my gifts must be really opening up. I'm laughing at myself because I'm like, yeah, let's see. Anyways, I get up in the morning and sure enough, there's one of those reed diffusers with this beautiful tree scent in it. She's on the other side of the bed and couldn't smell it, but I could. But it got us going on this tree thing. I'm like, we'll go look and we'll see what the options are. So we ended up buying a live tree for Robin. And he got so excited because he's like, oh, I can take it to Savory and plant it on the property because I've cleared an area and it needs a tree there. And so that worked out beautifully. I also got to chat with the local, what do we call it? I guess plant nursery. And it's just down in Function, which is like 5 minutes down the road. And two women just bought it 4 years ago. And so we had this lovely conversation about, I'm like, okay, how's business? Oh, it's good. We're okay. We're managing even, but apparently restaurants are down 20%, bookings are down. And a lot of businesses are struggling. And I'm like, yes, we know. I said, but people are willing to spend money on things that make them feel good. And I would say that plants are definitely one of those things, and flowers. And they were doing these beautiful arrangements for centerpieces on the table. So we just had this beautiful conversation and connected. And I congratulated them, said, you're doing a great job. Keep going. Keep following your heart. You're doing fantastic. So it was just so nice to connect with the local business here and have that conversation and to realize that, everyone is at that point of pressure. And so whether or not you are going through the pressure yourself, you're likely picking up on some of it somewhere in your field. So just want to remind everyone, just breathe. It's always most chaotic before great change. And we're on the cusp of some great change energetically. And I'm sure many of you can feel it. I can definitely feel it. I've been picking up on the collective, and there's been some increased in energies. Hello, Chastia. Wishing you the best for the holiday season, my love. I'm so grateful that you are you and that we have you in our field. And for me, the season's all about gratitude. I'm like looking at the entire field of like this past year, and was this year amazing? In many ways, it was very challenging. Many more lessons than I ever expected. But that's okay, because for every lesson, there's a reward. And that reward may not be showing up yet, but as you go through these lessons and these trials and tribulations, and remember, we're going almost feels like eye of the storm, but with a cyclone as well. And being so centered in yourself that the rest of it can't affect you. And so it's not an easy field to hold, and it takes practice. And occasionally, even I catch myself like, shit, I went out of my field. What was I doing? Right? And you get a little caught up in it. But just to realize that the peace is within you, your heart is with you, and is where you should be at this time. And if you're struggling, we're sending you so much love right now. Yeah, and remember, we're all healers. We all have the ability to take a few deep breaths, activate your hands, activate energy, please. Whatever you want to say, activate me. I've this like to snap my fingers thing, and I can feel the energy. Where your attention goes, energy flows. And so when I first wake up in the morning, I run energy through me. And it's my energy. It's not like I'm calling in an entity or anything. I'm just calling in my energy to run through me, to check in on my body. How are we doing today? I run it down to the toes. Can you feel your toes now? You put your attention somewhere and you're going to feel it. And so when you become much more connected with the body, which is what part of this is, when we get out of the mind a bit more and we start feeling instead of thinking, it gets a little easier. And then you'll start to feel your way through life versus think your way through life. And not saying thinking is not important, it is. But this feeling is really important at the moment, to be able to connect with the body so you're not, all right, Regine's not here. I'll tell you a little funny because she's been talking a lot. Remember last show, she was sharing the tools and and I keep seeing her as as a balloon floating around, a helium balloon, and her body's just flapping behind, right? Because she's traveling so much. And so getting her to ground into the body, it's up to her to do it. I can't do it for her, but I can remind her. And so it's been really beautiful to watch. And even Jade, and Jade is weaving in and out of herself and balancing more on her body. She just went out for a walk on her own accord, which is rare for a teen. So she's just doing that. She didn't ask me to go with, although I'm on here, so it didn't work out. But she's taking these steps to make herself get out of her easy zone, right? Comfort zone. And so only when when we're stretching ourselves past where we normally go, do we sometimes face that resistance, that vibration that we go, "Oh, what's going on right now?" And then once you do it, it's like, "Oh, that felt good." Right? But you're because it's new, you're often giving yourself your own pushback. You're hitting that envelope of growth, of expansion into something new that you normally wouldn't do. And so, as I said, for Christmas, I got a back roller, a rounded roller, like all these wooden rollers, and then a pen and the Gusha metal piece that for the face and the neck. I was like, oh, my neck loves this, right? And so it's a self-love, self-care, self-attention with the body. I'm going to keep speaking to this because we seem to really take our bodies for granted. You wouldn't be here without this body. You wouldn't get to feel, taste, see, hear. It wouldn't be happening. So, what a gift. What a gift. What gratitude. And I'm so grateful for my body because I have a very, um, I have the ability to push myself within the body. And it took me a long time not a long time, took me a while to pull back from those extreme things where I was very present and had to focus on that one thing to actually do it in a much more relaxed state. So instead of pushing myself into fight or flight or right on the edge of fear, right? I can push past fear pretty easily. Rock climbing, heliboarding, snowboarding, ski touring, mountain biking, wakeboarding. These are all the things that I did to keep myself super present. But because the rest of it was very, and where did that stem from? Childhood. For never feeling safe. This is where I got to feel in control. And now it's bridging that and bringing it into a much more peaceful, calm state instead of being riding that vibration of on the edge to really just being calm. and doing more yoga, the qigong, being more loving and kind. And I still did some burpees. I still got my heart rate up. I was still sweating, but being much more kind to the body. And so speaking to the body, right? Hi, Carmilla. Merry Christmas, love. Absolutely. Grateful you're here. Whoever wants to come in and just say hello. Yeah, I just got called, like, no, you're going on. I'm like, okay, no problem. Of course, I'd love to. I'm grateful to share the energy. And I just want to comment on that. So, a 128 tuning fork, beautiful. So the gift of having new tools is to actually use them, right? And have consistency. So my friend Diana and I were messaging today, and she's a biofield tuner. So she tunes your energy field. The first time she did my energy field, she nailed what happened when you were 3. And I'm like, I never told her that. What happened when you were this age? She knew where there had been a lock-in, even in my energetic field. And so we had a really beautiful conversation around that. She's also done this thing where she can take, and actually, Chastia, you may know more about this, love. Take it and give you like a unicorn horn. So it's an energetic, it's part of your Merkaba here and then here and up. Well, she did this with the tuning forks, and I was walking around like a bobblehead because I could feel it. It was like, whoa, I feel like I have a big space helmet on. And she did it to Norma, and then Norma's like, Tanya, you got to take it away. I can't handle it. So it was very interesting. So I was able to shrink that back down for Norma, but it's pretty fascinating stuff. So these tuning forks, even the dog, I was playing with it, and the dog's looking at me like, what are you doing? Nobody else can hear it, but the dog knows what I'm like. I've got something going on. And so the tuning forks, if they've got a boot on the end, I do have one here actually. If they have a boot on the end, you can place them here. You can place them here. You can use them on your face as well, just like the other tools. You can put them on your wrist points. You can put them on your back. Put them on your heart. There's so many tools to use, but they don't work if you don't use them. So there's my little tidbit on that, right? To utilize that which you have, and it may be nothing. It may be just your hand, and you may be just doing some tapping, right? We know all our points. And so I had a bit of a vision today about, oh, so if I could find somebody and bring into the collective somebody that's just kind of getting going and bridging out of a regular being in the studio practice or qigong and those things that I love so much, to bring in as a group collective for this process of not just healing and not just messages and not just, right, like all encompassing the entire system. So you could take what resonates. So it could be also the biofield tuning with Diana. I know she would be in. So all these different tools, and of course Chastia with the CoQ, and that's been really beautiful, coming in a lot around not just the colors and paying more attention to colors and being very much more aware of the surroundings. And even for me, because I'm a huge observer, but I notice things in my field that I wouldn't have noticed before. So it's really starting to pay attention and watch as things are reflected back to you. So it's been quite profound and beautiful. Yeah. I don't have a lot more to say, you guys. I just really want to jump on and send you all so much love. Let's do a mini meditation because that always feels good, right? And then I'm just going to pop off. And, oh, I think there's a dog at my feet. Phoebe. Oh, she's good. Let's take a few deep breaths in through the nose and then out through the nose. Breathe like a baby. Fill your belly up. Pause for a second and then breathe out. And again. And I'm just doing some grounding. Bring you into this now space. And what we're just going to do a quick flood of whatever color of energy you choose and bring it in through the top of the head and around the body, doing this beautiful clockwise cleansing pattern through the body, starting at the top of your head. I'm just going to ask you to relax your body as we go through, relaxing the forehead, the eyes, of course, the top of the head and down to the ears and the back of your head, the nose, the cheeks, the jaw, the mouth, the ears. And take the tongue off the roof of your mouth for a moment. And just move your jaw a little bit. Just relax. Around the neck, shoulders. Drop your shoulders, please. You know, we carry so much weight on us that we don't even realize it. We're at the computer. We're driving our car. You know, just these little pockets and moments of taking this breath and running this through yourself is so valuable. Over the chest, upper back, down from the shoulders to the elbows, and the elbows to the wrists, back of the hand, palms of the hands, all the fingers, all the feels. And then let's take it back to the wrists, back to the elbows, up to the shoulders again. Relax them a little more. Down your back to your wings, your shoulder blades, your chest, your upper stomach, middle of the back, sides. Down to the stomach, the lower back, the hips, the buttocks, the hamstrings, thighs, down to the knees. You know, you are manifesting every day. You just need to think about moving your body and your body moves. That is how powerful you are. The knees do a beautiful job for us, and down to the ankles, calves, shins, and the beautiful ankles that support us. Just think about how many mechanical moves are in the body just to walk. And we often forget about this until we have, something occur that makes us focus on it. Why not focus on the gratitude now as a preventative way of giving more care and attention? And the ankles to the top of the feet, the bottom of the feet, all the way down to the toes. Remembering our hands and feet are like terminals. We are electromagnetic. You have electricity running through you all the time. Vibration. Make sure you're grounding yourself. Let's just visualize putting 2 silver plates on the bottom of our feet as a grounding. You can do this yourself at any time. As we take the next breath in, we're just going to bring it up through our energy centers, through our legs, up the base of our spine, all the way out the top of our crown, and like a fountain running around and through our energy and cleansing our entire auric field. And just remember we are love. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Rebecca. Yeah. Yeah. Sneezing. Yes, Logan. Absolutely. We were just speaking before the live, and go ahead and stay on this, you guys, if you choose, and just listen to my words. I'm still doing some healing. Or you may wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes and come back to us. We need to remember as we go through this process, what is the body innately doing when you catch a cold or you have a flu? It's purging for you. It's an upgrade. It's an up level. Yeah. And so I've said it before, I'll say it again. Whenever I am having an upgrade, I literally will raise my arms and cheer. Yeah, we're having an upgrade. So it just shifts your energy around it, right? And then just be really kind and loving to yourself. Yeah. Extra bone broth. Yeah, I went through those sneezing fits too. That was really interesting and itching. And remember, as we go through from, we are more carbon based, and as we're electromagnetic, grounding so important. Otherwise, you might be misfiring, so to speak, right? And so just coming in to realize that, we've got a beautiful opportunity to go hug a tree, go be in the snow. Yeah. Beautiful. You know what my mom asked for Christmas, and she thought she didn't get it because the package wasn't the right size under the tree, is you can sit in any chair, and it's got pedals, and it's got bungees. And so it was pretty funny. We were setting it up last night. We were checking it out, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool. It'll work really well for her to utilize at home." So, yeah. And a lot of the times I can get Jade to do little fits and starts of workouts. So I've got a whole circuit plan for when we get home. Yeah. I'm really grateful. However you guys celebrate, just know that you have unconditional love within you. And the more you bridge from the mind to the body, the more you just need to take a second. Oh yeah, whatever's going on out there, it just is. Right here's what matters. Yay! Welcome, Al. I'm so glad you guys did that. Beautiful. Yeah, we're all often almost always doing, so just wanted to keep it really short and sweet and send you all very much love to the season. Yeah, go ahead and replay it again. There's other meditations also available on YouTube if you choose. Yeah. And of course, there's a whole bunch on the membership. So we keep those in there. And I've got actually a bunch of new ones that I've been. So whenever I take space like this, it's like ding, 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 ding. I get a whole bunch of information coming in on next steps and what can be created. And so we're very excited. And it's being really conscious about how one moves forward into new spaces. So there's a palace of possibilities where you can go down multiple timelines. But then you got to bring yourself back here and go, okay, one step at a time, one thing at a time. What resonates the most? What gives me the most joy? And step into that first. And so we'll be speaking more about that as well for those of you wanting to create your own conscious business, how to do that, how to start, how to do it with integrity. Yeah. So nice to see all of you this evening. Yeah, absolutely. Yes, I'm glad I came on too. Yeah, we don't have a meal tonight. I get soup tonight, so I'm super excited about my soup. Yeah, I love my bone broths. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to sign off. Happy holidays. And we'll see you again on Saturday for members, Saturday, 1 o'clock for non members or members that want to pop on and say hello. We've got a Zoom call. And so that's on the website. It's there for sign up. And then Sunday night, Chastity is on with us on live. So that's exciting too. So we look forward to that. And I think that's it for right now. Lots of love. Have a beautiful evening.